Hey everyone, Jack Justice here, and welcome to The Landscaper's Guide. This podcast is all about inspiring the snow and landscape industry with sales, marketing, and leadership ideas. I invited several of my clients to present in a What's Working Now competition. Without further ado, please welcome Jim Turcan from Cornerstone Horticultural Partners Services Company. Jim shares over 20 years of experience in the snow and landscape industry in this presentation of how to write your commercial landscape client's RFP.
My name is Jim Turcan, otherwise known as Turk with Cornerstone. And today, what Jack thought would be most beneficial is to go over one of the techniques that we've changed or that we've done in our business, which is helping our clients write their RFPs. I'm sure being in the commercial industry with landscape and snow and ice that we've all received ignorant RFPs, things that don't make sense. We're located in the Midwest, and I can't tell you how many times I've received a RFP that was totally a cookie cutter corporate copy and paste. They were line number 17 was scalp the grass in the fall. Well, if we did that, we'd be fired from the site. So it's, it's pretty comical to see those kinds of things. And it's even more comical to bring them to your property manager's attention and have them say, I don't know what number 17 means either. But yet I'm supposed to bid on it. So, doing an RFP and going out to bid every year or every 3 years is just a fact. It's one of the facts of life. And rather than fighting, and I used to get really bent out of shape saying, we've done awesome for this client over 8 years, and now they got to put it out to bid because there's a new dog, new top dog and bean counter that says we got to go out and we got to shop them. And I used to get really frustrated with it. And then when the RFP would come in, I used to get more angry when I'd see it's a copy of our own contract language, like to the error on the comma and period. And that used to irk me. And then finally somebody hit me between the eyes and said, the best form of flattery is imitation. So they're using your spec, you better win this damn bid. And so that's really when the light bulb went off. And I said, we can help these folks. I'm certainly not a commercial roofer. I had to put a new roof on my house, and you better believe I learned everything there was to learn before I started meeting with contractors about roofing. And it was the gentleman who walked me through the process and educated me that I knew I was going with before he even submitted his bid to me. And lo and behold, he was the most expensive. And lo and behold, 7 years later, I'm still his biggest sales rep. So I kind of wanted to bring that into our own business here. So hopefully this will give you guys and gals some ideas of how to tackle this topic. The first thing, that we need to realize is put ourselves in our client's shoes. On a commercial portfolio manager, Class A office complex, or a third-party procurement company, they dread going out to bid as much as we may putting it together. That's why you get a bid on Monday for 14 properties that's due on Friday. It's because it's on the last of their to-do list as well. So, we have the earnest to call a timeout, meet with them. And if they're not willing to meet with us and they're not willing to go through our sales cycle or our sales process, that's a really big red flag to us to say, we're just a third bid. They already know who they're going with, or this is not of importance to them. So it really shouldn't be of importance to us. And we do that humbly. We don't do it arrogantly. And there are sites where we'll roll over and say, man, I'd really like to put that in our portfolio. So yeah, I guess we're going to hustle to get it done by Friday. But really understand, our clients don't necessarily, they're not landscape contractors. They're not snow and ice contractors. They just know their job is to find the most effective proposal. And unfortunately, they don't go through much training as to what it is that they're evaluating when they get back so many different bids. So with that, I would encourage that we actually write the RFP, write the proposal for them. And we've done this. So I'm not just speaking out of hypotheticals here. We've done this many times, and many times we have not won the bid. However, we solidified so much credibility with that client by taking this daunting task off of their to-do list, giving them the language of our industry, giving them the right criteria so that when they are receiving the bids back, they actually, that they'd send it out to 7 people. It used to be 3 bids, right? Now it's 7 to 12, that are bidding on a property. And the low bidder, usually gets it. And then we would go back and say, wait a minute, we included edging of the beds, all the beds, not just the 2 tree rings at the front door. We actually included all the beds. We actually included turf fertilization across the entire property, not just the front doors. So those were the kinds of things that were really upsetting to me, to say, how are these guys getting away with it? And why isn't that property manager not beating the drum saying, hey, this is part of my scope? So it's gone a long way, even to the point of us not winning the bid. But the client usually calls us back and says, yeah, I made a mistake, and you guys were there and you rolled up your sleeves and helped me. So I appreciate that. And I'm going to look at you when it's time to terminate this contract. So giving them the tools is really helping them understand it's not just a matter of emailing and faxing out RFPs that say due Friday, send me your bid, I don't have time to meet with you.
Turk, that was awesome. I love hearing you talk about your sales process. And today, one of my favorite things was, as needed, right? Like as needed, there are these little things that people are sneaking into their proposals, and hey, they might even be in yours currently, right? But you're going to sell against a guy like Turk, who's going to come in and define that stuff. So I love it. And bonus points for including the Ramblin' Jackson logo in your presentation. So I appreciate that, Turk.
You got it, brother. Thank you for inviting me.